And foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwa, Das, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone that taught us this true citation. Oh, Yakin pushing this word day in and day out on this quick lesson. It's a video I saw on YouTube going into how, hold on, let me turn my phone on, do not disturb. On the dreary job market, man. It's been a drastic change, going on for a while now, but they said this January was the worst month since January 2009 as far as job hires, and we all know what's going on in around that time. 08, 09 was the 08 financial collapse, man. Showing you we getting ready to enter in another financial collapse. Believe this will be the last one of the current economic system as we know. Because, in 08, 09, this digital system that we living in today where people using credit cards and smartphones. So that's when this shit just started, like around that time, 08, 09. People comfortable buying or making purchases online. What they call it, secure payment systems. All that shit started in 08, man. People, office jobs was the norm back then. All right, guess what? Office jobs ain't the norm no more, man. All right. Everybody, that's making good money, livable money. When I mean livable money, a few $100,000 and up, they doing it through what? Social media. 08 wasn't an avenue to make money in social media. You had to work a job, be some type of party promoter, own a business somewhere, things of that nature, right? So, I'm gonna play a little bit of this video.
Yeah, that's just in this month alone. And that number is skyrocketing. It's going to get bad. It's going to get real bad.
I just got laid off.
The U.S. labor markets has gone from bad to worse.
Yep, another layoff video.
Bad to
Guys,
worse.
just in order for people to live. That's crazy.
Am I missing something? I just got laid off. I thought 2026 was gonna be my year. Now I'm unemployed. Oh my god. Like, is this a prank? Am I missing something? Like, what? I don't even know how I feel. Anger, I'm sad, scared. This job, it fell into my lap when I was desperate, when I really needed it. So I gave it my all. I gave it all my energy. I spent so much time learning and perfecting the craft so that I could be good at what I do.
See, she says he gave it her all, man. Which really, she's supposed to give. See, she got caught up in the feminism trap, the feminism web, Esau's. Which really is the Most High on the left hand. Trap, snare, man. All right. Like, she was really supposed to give a man her all. She's not a bad looking woman. She's about like a 6 in my book. Right? She's poppable, right? She's not the baddest, but she's, she can get it. But she, so clearly she can attract some type of men, all right? The average man out here. Because the average Jake man, Jake as a whole, they're not in their full glory, all right? Like nowhere near it, man. So the average nigga is probably like a 5'6", right? According to these hoes. So, clearly she could attract a man, all right? She got nice skin, decent lips, nice, eyes or whatever. She got like a youthful look, right? So clearly she can attract a man, but she's giving her job her all. She's giving Esau, which really is Esau. Anytime a woman says she's giving her job her all, she's giving it all to the so-called white man. Because the white man, what? Esau has to capitalize off of you, all right? He'll pay you $100,000 just so he can make 10 million or whatever. All right. He doesn't have a problem doing that. All right. 'Cause pursuant to Baruch 3 and 8, we are yet this day in our captivity. All right. And, she got looks like kind of a spacious apartment. All right. And we all know apartments ain't cheap nowadays. So she probably has to pay, at least, let's say minimum like $1,200 a month. Minimum. Depending on the city she's living in, all right? She sound like she probably from the West Coast or something, man. The West Coast nigga woman be like ditzy like her.
But while giving it everything, I lost myself. It's like I became a robot. Like, I would just show up. I would dread every single day. Mondays were my worst enemy. I fucking dreaded that day. Pretending I was okay, but I would really just go on break quickly and go cry in the bathroom. And yes, I told my managers. They were very aware of how I was feeling. They saw my downfall compared to when I first started to now. Like, I was miserable at that job, but at the end of the day, the bills still gotta get...
Discover your new Hyundai
Hey, that's
right now.
Salaki, and I looked at her last name because I got some people in my family with that last name, right? And it appears that she's a so-called Haitian, man. From her name. All right. Aaliyah Michelle.
Like a trauma bond or something, but it's scary. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
That's a tough spot to be in, guys. Like,
Showing you the Haitian woman. The Haitian young woman ain't right either, man. So, no one's really hiring. Only things left for Babylon's like some type of sales job, app job and shit. Actually, you're gonna have to cut on the app, man. All right. New social media platform creates buzz, but it's just for AI bots, because really it's for the AI learning system, man. All right. So all hell getting ready to break loose, man. These people about to crash out, bug out when ain't no work. Because really that's the only thing they identify with is their job, man. They say that's one of the one reasons this place ain't collapsed yet. One of the major reasons that Esau ain't bring out the beast system. Of course, it's all on the Most High hand on the left hand side. But they said one of the main reasons why they ain't bring out this beast system yet is because they're like, how are we gonna re-identify these people? Because these people identify with their jobs, and in this beast system, is really gonna be no jobs for real, right? All right, you're gonna be on your UBI through the chip. You're gonna what they say, own nothing and be happy. I remember sending a video to Akim. I wish I could go back and find it, but it shows you how the FEMA camps, the B system is gonna be, man. You ain't gonna be able to leave out your front porch type shit without a drone in your face. So you got this Northern Tribe Spicy right here.
20 minutes meeting scheduled on my calendar, and I already know what that
cash. Let's pull back our time to pick up.
My email. Immediately saw a 20 minutes meeting scheduled on my calendar, and I already know what that meant. I grabbed my stuff and left the office. I was there for maybe 5 minutes at most and came back home. Got read my severance package, got read when I'm going to roll off my benefits, and now here we are on the floor of my living room. And honestly, I am okay. Like I always preach on here that the job market is cooked, and to always not put all your eggs in one basket. Is this not a shock? A lot of people are getting laid off these days, and 100%
could be like a Filipina too. What they call it, a Far East, so Southeast Asian, which they a lot of them are Jakes, about the Philippines and shit like that, man. Not Thailand, Vietnam. She got that kind of look. I don't even think she's Northern. I think she's more so Southeastern, Asian.
I'm not taking this to heart of my performance, or I've literally people that were at my company for more than 12 years were impacted. I was talking to one of my friends about this, but I was telling her, I was like, I have to tell you guys, like, I cannot keep creating content and not tell you what is actually happening within my career. And funny enough, I also post content about how to try to get a job. So here I am going to show you guys how I'm going to get my next job. Obviously not happy about what's going on, but I always say that everything happens for a reason and it's in God's plan. So be prepared to be sick of me of laid off girly series coming up.
So sometimes I like looking at.
All right, so she's just another one bites the dust, man. You know, because these women, man, you know, she's a lovely woman, right? But they have said, "Fuck the man. Let me get it on my own." For the past 50, 60 years. Let's just say 60 years, 65 years. You know, through the liberal movement, the liberal agenda, and now it's biting them in the ass. Not even 100 years later, man. Because 100 years ago, majority of you women weren't working, and if you were working, you was a harlot, man. All right. So let me get some precepts, man. Shit start picking me up. Because this is affecting certain brothers too. Certain brothers that's like, because not every brother's handy, you know. Certain brothers that's more so like, you know, that likes to work with their mind, or, you know, little technical type brothers and stuff, man. As far as working on computers and stuff like that on the mind. You know, it's affecting the brothers too, man. You know. This is Isaiah 19:15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So we're entering into that time. Yeah, you can still, you know, go out, get a job, or get it on your own. But even that, you know, or work a trade, work a blue collar job, truck driver. Even that though, man, you know, you had a scare last year, about a year ago, where you had a port strike or some shit like that. You had a scare then about a year ago. And you know, all them shit's coming back, man. The chicken's about to come home to roost, man. You know, especially once this devil strike Iran, man. You know, World War III fully kick off, the beast system is implemented. Martial law. You know, riots and chaos in the streets. Which I was telling a brother in my camp, man. I was like, man, you know, people were protesting ICE, agent provocateurs and shit. I was like, man, it's really too cold for these niggas to do anything, man. You know, I give it, you know, probably another month when the weather starts to break, when the temperatures creep back up. It's about 50, 60 degrees outside, then you know, we may see something then. You know, but right now it's too cold for people to be outside. It's way too cold for the masses to be outside. But something's gonna happen, man. Scripture says, you know, the Lord said, who shall rise them up, man. So some more than likely is gonna be an event dealing with ICE or the National Guard. You know, against you niggas, you 2/3 niggas. That's gonna rouse these jakes up, man. You know, and when Judah gets roused up, all the tribe rouses up, man. All right, in that days. Okay, now let me jump up. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and caused Egypt, talking about America, because Egypt's a Greek word meaning in bondage, to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So, hey, every industry is being impacted right now, man. You know, and all Jake gotta do is, you know, hey, don't go to work and let this place collapse, man. But nah, niggas love their jobs, man. You know, niggas love their jobs. They love their jobs more than their own kinfolk, man. You know, Scripture says the love of many shall wax cold. They shall be lovers of themselves. That's a part of being a lover of yourself. Niggas loving their job. I've never had a job I love. You know what I'm saying? Not one. Yeah, you know, it paid and stuff like that. I might have, you know, in the moment, liked how the money paid or how fat the check was. But for the most part, I never had a job I love. You know? Not for the most part, completely. I never had a job I love, man. You know, but it's a normal thing for people in this world to love their job. That's why they're miserable, because their job. The only way you become miserable if you love something and it disappoints you, man. Just like, you know, your first crush, your first love. She leaves you, you become miserable because you loved her. You know, same thing with these people in America. They love their jobs. They lose their job. They become miserable. They become a crash out. Right? So, hey, man, I see, you know, shit happening Because, hey, I mean, America, I don't want to see America hit 250 on July the 4th, man. But even if it does, they still gotta fill their belly, man. Esau gotta bring out this beast system, to subjugate the masses, man. All right. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So, hey, a drunken man is staggering in vomit. It's finished. It's through. Just like America's finished and through. All right, so get Baruch. Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou scatter us for a reproach and a curse, to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. So, yeah, we subject to pay. We got to pay bills, this bill, that bill, light bill, water bill. All this stuff is free, but we got to pay for it. Like, why do we have to pay for shit that the Lord, gave us for free? Only the devil would do that, man. All right, so let me get Baruch 4. Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not the God. You're following these false deities. Basically following the masses, the group thinking, things of that nature, man. We were following a multitude to do evil, in our past lives, man. So they show you the Supreme Most High, he has different emotions, different what they call it, not traits, but feelings. He's got different feelings, man. He felt like not fucking with us for a period of time, man. Because he's seen how dumb these niggas are, man. Really, these niggas are dumb. But it is what it is, We at the end of our captivity. Scripture says better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So we're at the end of our captivity. So we just gotta, just keep doing what we doing. Because real soon it's about to be a famine of the word. You see it coming with Amalek, taking over all platforms and shit. So that's coming like soon, Then everybody gonna say, yeah, where the Israelites at? They're right. But we ain't gonna be nowhere to be found, man. Because it's gonna be chaos in the streets, But hey, you people, we warned you for years upon years that this was gonna happen, that you was gonna lose your job. People ain't gonna join the military. They don't want to join. These motherfuckers are ravaged. Starve, rob, steal, and kill each other before they join the military. All right. Which Esau don't really need you. He got the AI, but he just need enough soldiers to watch the AI, basically. Get the AI prompts and commands and shit. They showed you that in that movie on Netflix. I forget the name of it. With Anthony Mackie. The dude that, he always playing them superhero type movies. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. All right, so, but we coming into the time where the Lord's about to break us free from our chains, and how he's going to do that through spiritual power, man. He's going to give It's elect men spiritual power, man. It's 144,000 spiritual power, man. You know, we're gonna be caving shit, man. You know, caving people's faces in 2/3 heathens. Edomite those. Alright. And then leave like a fucking symbol in the Laswan Kotash, man. Letting motherfuckers know who did it, man. You know, because that's what Brightburn did. He left the symbol. So we just probably gonna just write our names. We just gonna write our names in the Hebrew. All right. And let people know, yeah, it was me. It was me that did this, all right? So I'm gonna end it there till next time. Shalom.